The United States faces a critical threat. Our drinking water is under attack. This is not a scene from a dystopian novel, it's our reality. Across the nation, water treatment plants, the invisible guardians of our health, are facing an unprecedented wave of cyber attacks. These digital assaults, often orchestrated by malicious actors, are capable of disrupting operations, corrupting water quality, and putting millions of Americans at risk. This isn't just about inconvenience, it's about life and death. Access to clean, safe drinking water is fundamental to our existence. When this basic human need is threatened, the consequences can be devastating. We've already seen glimpses of this potential catastrophe. In Florida, hackers briefly increased lye levels in a water treatment plant, demonstrating the terrifying ease with which our water supply can be compromised. This crisis requires urgent attention. We can't afford to be complacent. The threat is real and it's escalating. The time for action is now. We need to understand the enemy we're facing, bolster our defenses, and educate ourselves on how to protect our families from this looming danger. The next few years will be critical in determining how effectively we combat this threat. Our response must be swift, comprehensive, and unwavering. The safety and well-being of our nation depend on it. The enemy in this crisis is invisible, operating in the shadows of the digital world. Cyber attacks, often executed by sophisticated hackers, target the computer systems that control our water infrastructure. These attacks can take many forms, each with the potential to wreak havoc on our water supply. One common tactic is ransomware, where hackers seize control of a system and demand payment to restore functionality. This can cripple a water treatment plant, disrupting treatment processes and leaving communities without access to safe water. Another method involves manipulating control systems, altering chemical dosages, or shutting down critical equipment. This can lead to contaminated water, posing a serious health risk to unsuspecting consumers. The vulnerability of our water infrastructure is a growing concern. Many treatment plants rely on outdated technology, making them easy targets for hackers. Budget constraints and a lack of cybersecurity expertise further exacerbate the problem. This perfect storm of vulnerabilities has created a fertile ground for cybercriminals to exploit. The consequences of successful attacks can be dire. Contaminated water can lead to widespread illness, overwhelming healthcare systems, and even causing fatalities. The economic impact can also be significant, as businesses and communities struggle to cope with the fallout of a compromised water supply. In the face of this growing threat, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, stands as the first line of defense in protecting our nation's drinking water. The agency plays a critical role in setting standards, providing guidance and coordinating responses to cyber threats targeting water infrastructure. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, the EPA has taken significant steps to strengthen cybersecurity in the water sector. The agency has issued updated guidelines for water utilities, emphasizing the importance of risk assessments, vulnerability management, and incident response planning. The EPA also provides technical assistance and training programs to help water systems improve their cybersecurity posture. However, the EPA faces significant challenges in its fight to secure our water infrastructure. The vast and decentralized nature of the water sector, with thousands of independent utilities across the country, makes it difficult to implement a uniform security approach. Limited resources and a shortage of cybersecurity professionals further complicate the task. Despite these obstacles, the EPA remains committed to safeguarding our most precious resource. The agency continues to work closely with water utilities, federal agencies, and private sector partners to develop and implement innovative solutions to counter the evolving threat of cyber attacks. The water crisis isn't just a theoretical threat, it's impacting real people, families, and communities across the country. The stories emerging from the front lines of this crisis paint a stark picture of the human toll of cyber attacks on water infrastructure. In a small town in Ohio, a ransomware attack crippled the local water treatment plant. For days, residents were without access to clean water, forced to rely on bottled water and makeshift solutions. The elderly and those with underlying health conditions were particularly vulnerable, facing increased risks of dehydration and other complications. In another incident, hackers gained access to a water system in California, manipulating chemical levels in the water supply. While the attack was detected before any significant harm was done, the incident served as a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of a successful attack. The psychological impact on the community was profound, as residents grappled with the realization that their water, once a source of comfort and security, could be turned into a weapon. These stories highlight the urgency of the situation. The water crisis is not a distant threat. It's a present danger that's already impacting lives. The need for immediate action is clear. We must prioritize the protection of our water infrastructure, ensuring that every American has access to clean, safe water. While the fight to secure our water infrastructure requires a collective effort, there are practical steps you can take right now to protect yourself and your family from the immediate impacts of a potential water crisis. By being informed and prepared, you can mitigate the risks and ensure your access to safe water, even in the face of a cyber attack. First, stay informed about the quality of your local water supply. Subscribe to alerts from your water utility and local authorities, paying attention to any advisories or warnings regarding water quality. Be aware of any unusual changes in the taste, odor, or appearance of your tap water, as these could be signs of contamination. Second, have a plan in place for alternative water sources in case of an emergency. Stockpile a supply of bottled water, enough to last your family for several days. Consider investing in a water filter certified to remove a wide range of contaminants, providing an additional layer of protection. Finally, educate yourself about water safety and the potential risks associated with cyber attacks. Understand the basic principles of water treatment and the importance of cybersecurity in protecting our water infrastructure. By being informed and prepared, you can empower yourself to make informed decisions and protect your family's health. The water crisis we face is a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our physical and digital worlds. The attack on our water infrastructure is not just about technology, it's about our collective well-being, our security, and our future. We must act now to fortify our water systems, making them more resilient to cyber threats. This requires a multi-pronged approach, involving increased investment in cybersecurity, strengthened regulations, and enhanced collaboration between government agencies, water utilities, and private sector partners. We need to prioritize the modernization of our water infrastructure, upgrading outdated systems, and implementing advanced security measures. We must also invest in training and education, developing a skilled workforce capable of defending our water systems from cyber threats. This is not just a task for experts and officials, it's a call to action for all of us. We must demand greater accountability from our elected officials, pushing for policies that prioritize water security. We must also engage in our communities, raising awareness about the importance of protecting our water resources. The future of our nation depends on our ability to safeguard our most precious resource. Let us rise to this challenge, working together to ensure that every American has access to clean, safe water, now and for generations to come.